Alright, today is the day. Dragon Isle has officially been released to all accounts, so go enjoy it, for sure. This is very exciting. Now, you may know that I've had this update since last week, but it has just been finalized today, and I'm just going to play through a rune run while I talk about some of the changes that have come to it. So basically you can go watch my other videos that I put out in the past week on it, on like everything you need to know and all of that. You can go watch those, but like here's some like overviews. So you do the Rift run, of course, you do the 3 different battles inside the Rift run where you get these different advantages and disadvantages that build on each other. The disadvantages, at least, you have 1 advantage per Rift run. And one change is that now we're each limited to 3 Rift keys, and you can get Rift keys by doing battles in the random elemental areas. There's a pretty good drop rate for those, and they're also collected. You get 1 after completing each Rift run. So if you complete the Rift run, you'll basically get your Rift key back, which is good. But now we're limited to 3 Rift keys each, which means that you should just you should have a constant number of Rift keys, which I think is better than how it was previously, with about getting a certain amount and then having to like restock on them if you run out and all that. I think that this is better and definitely more helpful. But yes, so just a little bit of talking about this. This is just the first part of the Dragon Isle. I want to make that clear. I have found out from Prodigy that this is the update that concerns the first part of it, which has the astral, physical, and shadow dragons. The other dragons, the earth/plant, fire, water, storm, and ice dragons are not going to be in the game yet, and that is going to be coming out later this year. So later this year is when the update will finish, at least including like, then that also includes like more Rift levels and challenges and all that. That's what I've learned. That will come out later this year, apparently. So I'm assuming that that's when the Puppet Master part of it will come out as well. So we cannot defeat the Puppet Master right now. Apparently we can only just do these Rift runs inside of the Rift levels and do battle the 3 elemental dragons as we train in order to be able to defeat the Puppet Master. So that's what we can do. I have videos up on all of that on the channel right now, so you can go check those out, the 3 battles against the dragons and like different strategies on how to defeat those. And also just like everything you need to know about it. My initial reaction is up there and all of that. So yeah, like I most definitely love this update. I think this is really, really good. For starters, the challenges, the advantages and disadvantages are very unique and provide some very interesting gameplay. Nothing is the same since you have these different randomized challenges that you have to take on. Like, right now I have one that's like my advantage is I think that you get like a 100% accuracy rate on your spells, or at least a high accuracy rate, so even spells with not excellent accuracy will always hit, which is really cool. And then there's also ones that are like your team survives if you have more than 1 heart. So if you get hit and you have more than 1 heart, then you'll stay at 1 heart until the next time you get hit. So that can survive you an extra hit. There's like your fire spells do more damage, or your other elemental spells do more damage. You get more critical hits. You absorb spells instead of healing from them. You reflect spells back on the enemy. There are plenty of those, but there's also like the enemies can do all of these things and more back to you. Like, one disadvantage is that you can have a timer on your questions of like 6 seconds is what it gets down to. There's also one that you can you have a cooldown of your spells is 2 turns, so you can't use your spells for another 2 turns after you use them, so that doesn't seem very helpful at all. There's one good advantage that the enemies can also have too, so that would be a disadvantage for you if the enemies had it, but an advantage if you have it is that each of your team members can revive. So that's really cool. And yeah, like I've said, these Rift challenges are very unique and interesting. Nothing is the same since there are so many different options, and of course there are so many different pets to rescue as well. I've gone over how to rescue pets in a separate video, so you can go over and check that out. But there are many exclusive pets that you can rescue inside of the Dragon Isle. And yeah, again, check those other videos out for more information. So it's very interesting having these Rift runs and these Rift battles. They are very, very unique and special. They're very helpful. So one thing I do also want to mention is now the first 5 Rift runs that used to have some buddies in them as placeholders before you started getting dragon orbs, those now have new relics. Those are the that's the Rift Fire Relic, the Rift Plant Relic, the Rift Water Relic, the Rift Storm Relic, and the Rift Ice Relic. So that's what you would be getting after completing each of those Rift runs. And so of course the Dragon Orbs appear after Rift 6, and so I just received a Shadow Dragon Orb right here, because currently I am on Rift 12, and in order to go on see, I just got a Rift key right there, so I've collected 1 more, and now I'm back at 3. So one thing that's just interesting is well, no, that's just how it works. I'm on Rift 12, and the requirement to get to Rift 13 is that you have to defeat the dragons in the 3 dragons in Rift 12 5 times. So you have to do 5 dragon battles in Rift 12 in order to move on to Rift 13, and it goes from 3 to 4 to 5, and I'm assuming it'll get even higher the more rifts you get into. But yeah, that's an interesting one. So you'll do 1 of them or 2 of them twice and all that. So very interesting. Just these battles are awesome. I really, really like it. Here's just an extra tip for the Shadow Dragon battle. You want pets with astral spells. So here we have this. It's a new battle background music. Super cool. Yeah, I love this background music. And it's just, you want pets with astral for the Shadow Dragon, and currently those are only Frozra and Regalaxy and Cometi. So you can also rescue a Regalaxy inside of the Dragon Isle. So if you can rescue one of those and you don't have one, then that's how you'll get yourself a Regalaxy. But you want astral spells because non-astral spells have a chance to miss, and that's pretty high. I've had plenty of misses with non-astral spells. It's also weak to astral, so that helps a lot. So you'll want as many astral spells as you can get for this battle. That's kind of the goal for the Shadow Dragon battle, how to kind of defeat it pretty easily, or at least in the fastest way you can. That's by just casting as many astral spells as you can, because the other spells can miss. And miss, basically, I mean, it does 1 damage, so that's pretty much missing. But yeah, if you don't, these battles can actually take quite a while. But yeah, that's just a tip on how to get through the Shadow Dragon battle pretty quickly. So yeah, I love the new spells that the Shadow Dragon casts, and the other dragons as well. The Astral Dragon and the Physical Dragon cast some really cool new spells as well. There's also new sound effects, new dialogue, plenty of all that. And of course, you'll go through the tutorial, the initial cutscene at the beginning, unlocking the Dragon Isle. So that's definitely something that's really cool, that starts off with the Puppet Master. Again, right now the Puppet Master has not been added to the Dragon Isle. That is for later on when the the rest of the update comes out sometime later this year. I do not know any kind of date, but it'll be in the last half of this year. So anytime from now, and I guess January is when we can expect the rest of the Dragon Isle to come out. And of course, expect me to provide updates on any and all of that when they happen and when we get them. But yeah, this is just super cool. That's a really cool new spell. It's kind of like Supernova from old Prodigy, but a shadow version. So just one more spell here needed to defeat the Shadow Dragon. I wonder if we're going to get the Nightworm hat. No, it's the Nightworm. Let me think. It's the Nightworm's the Nightworm's Visage is what its new name is. There it is. I didn't get it, but yeah, the chances are very low of receiving it on the lucky loot. But anyway, yeah, that's that. Super cool. Like I said, I've loved everything about this update, and I'm glad to see it pretty much finalized, just not like the full update is not out yet. That's later this year, so we can expect part 2 coming out later this year. And well, what do you think about the Dragon Isle? How far have you gotten into it so far? And can you wait to collect all the different dragon sets that we have to get? Go ahead and let me know all of your thoughts in the comments